Is Denise Richards on her way back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Well, according to the Pretty Corrupt podcast, very, very possible. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. I don't know if I'm still reacting from BravoCon, but I just cannot sleep like I was sleeping before BravoCon. I'm like up at the crack of dawn. I'm like, no, sleep. Well, this story broke last night from the Pretty Corrupt podcast in regards to Denise Richards. You know, we cited the Pretty Corrupt podcast the other day talking about Lisa Rinna and Erica Jane being dropped by their publicists. No word on that, so I'm thinking that that information is true. Because they would have come out by now and said that's not true, that's fake news. Nope, it's been crickets. Well, now the Pretty Corrupt podcast says that they know and they heard from someone on the current cast of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Part 2 airs tonight, y'all, of the reunion. That Denise Richards is about to make a return to the show. Well, a lot of you have been asking for Denise Richards to come back. I haven't been one of those people, and I'll tell you why a little bit later on. But take a listen to what they had to say in regards to Denise Richards possibly returning.
Supposedly, and this is from a current cast member from this season, Denise Richards is coming back. Like signed, supposedly. The past few weeks, you guys may have seen on social media, she's having lunch with Sutton, lunch with the cast. And that is part of Bravo's process of seeing what your chemistry is like and teasing your connections. Because if they throw her in, the only person she knows now is, or has a history with, Garcelle, which they're besties, and Rinna, who's an enemy. Don't know how she feels about Kyle. So what they said is that it's signed and sealed, and Denise will be back in some capacity on Beverly Hills next season.
Oh, I'm excited. And honestly,
I 100% believe this. You did see pictures of Denise Richards and Sutton hanging out solo. They weren't even, I don't know if they even had that kind of relationship before the show. I can't recall. Elephant Brain, work with me. However, we never really saw them hanging out like that. I didn't feel like there was this major connection between Sutton and Denise. But as you know, Denise has known Garcelle for a very long time. However, this last season, it seemed as if Denise and Garcelle's relationship may have had a little bit of trouble, and maybe they can iron that out during the next season. But I'm not surprised that Denise Richards wants to come back, first of all. She was paid quite a lot of money to come in the first place. I don't think they're going to pay her that same amount of money this time around, though, to be honest with you. But over the weekend, over BravoCon weekend, she posted that she would have loved to come to BravoCon. Denise posted this tweet saying, I heard a few ex-housewives were asked to be at BravoCon, at Bravo TV, and at Real Camille Grammar. Wonder why we weren't asked to be there. Fans didn't want us? Okay, this is very strategic. This is a little thirsty, Denise. But honestly, I've been asking for Camille Grammar to come back for a very long time. I feel like she is what is needed to sort of balance out what's happening on this cast. And a lot of you have been asking for Camille to come back. And I know some of you don't want Camille. Everyone has their opinions. It's okay, everybody. It's okay to have your opinions. Some people don't want Camille to come back, and some people do. Some people want Denise to come back, and some people don't. However, I'll say this about Denise. I do think that she's overrated, to be honest with you. But I get it. All of you want her to come for Lisa Rinna. Here's the thing, though. Okay. And I saw everyone's reactions to Denise's tweet. And I thought it was very interesting that she added Bravo in regards to this. Maybe the contract is not signed and sealed as the podcast was saying, but maybe it's a negotiation tactic. A lot of you do want to see Denise come back because you want to see her go head to head with Lisa Rinna. I just don't feel like Denise is that girl that you are trying to make her out to be. You know who is that girl who can go up against these housewives? Camille Grammar. Do I want to see Denise come back in some capacity? Yeah, because you know what? She kind of left and nothing was resolved. But here was the problem with Denise Richards. She wasn't transparent. She wasn't willing to go all in. She literally jumped and left in the middle of filming after these Brandy accusations came out. Sidebar, I met Brandy backstage. Lovely. Lovely. And yes, we did get an iconic moment from Denise when she said, bravo, bravo, effing bravo. But let's not forget that she was doing that so that they would not use that content on the show. They did anyway, though. So for me, because I'm a straight shooter and everyone can get it, Denise is not as great as people make her out to be. She wasn't great TV. However, to see resolution, because I know a lot of you think that Lisa Rinna is not coming back. You also thought she wasn't going to be at BravoCon. Lisa Rinna is coming back. This is one of their highest rated seasons. Lisa Rinna is coming back, unfortunately. Diana Jenkins, we bid adieu after tonight. Bye, Diana. But, Bravo, hear me out. If you're going to bring Denise back and you want to bring a balance to these Fox Force flunkies that came for Sutton this entire season, don't just bring back Denise, bring back Camille. I mean, this cast is pretty full already. But honestly, if you brought Denise and Camille back, you could, Crystal, I like you, but no, I've given you too many chances. I've tried. I really tried rooting for Crystal. Sidebar, did you guys see what Crystal said in the comment section? So in the comment section, and this is coming from our friends over at Comments by Bravo, a person says, Nadia says to Crystal, tags her. You guys are so bold. I love it. Says, have you looked up the word, quote, liar in the dictionary? And this is under a clip of an interview that Crystal was doing with Entertainment Tonight during BravoCon. Crystal replies and says, yes, and I film with many of them. Okay, that for a second made me go, damn it, I want to give Crystal another shot. I want to give her another shot. We have a lot of women on this show that don't really bring a lot. Okay, I'm looking at you, Dorit. So part of me is like, okay, Dorit's been around a long time and she hasn't brought a lot in a very long time. Should we give Crystal an opportunity? And we've heard what the reason behind the Feline 14, the 14 friends. Apparently she told them, oh, don't do the show. I'm not going to do the show. And she ends up doing the show. Oh, goodness. If that's the reason, all right, whatever. This is coming from Teddy Mellencamp. The entire BravoCon weekend and stirring the pot behind the scenes so that they could have some drama for their podcast. Oh, yeah. I've heard all the things, y'all. We could talk for days about BravoCon. And we will. Don't forget, the BravoCon Aftermath is happening this afternoon at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 a.m. PST here on the channel. Anyways, back to this. So Denise, according to this podcast, is set to make her return. No word on whether or not Camille Grammer will be making a return. But hear me out. Bravo, executives, please consider bringing Camille back. They don't have to be full-time housewives. I don't want to see Denise as a full-time housewife unless she has something to give us this season and she's ready to give it to us. But I love the fact that Denise actually has genuine, authentic friendships with Garcelle and apparently with Sutton. I would love to see a Camille and Garcelle Sutton hang out because I don't want to force a friendship that's not going to work. You know what I mean? Look what happened with Sutton and Garcelle. We never saw that friendship happening. And they have such a beautiful, genuine, real friendship. I spoke about this yesterday during our BravoCon takeover. And Sutton apologized many times publicly during BravoCon, during Watch What Happens Live, for not supporting Garcelle during the whole Jax situation, which will be explored more tonight. Garcelle has not revealed yet her investigation, the results of who may have been behind it. They're talking more about that tonight, more behind the scenes of the reunion. They're talking all about Lisa Rinna and Erica are talking about how she believed that one of us might have been behind it. Something like that separates the group. Really, Fox Force flunkies? You really talking about separating a group? Guys, as always, we're going to watch this together on my TikTok tonight. We're going to have our watch party along with Salt Lake City. And of course, our recap will happen as well here on the channel. I want to know your reaction to this. How do you feel about Denise Richards coming back in some capacity? Do you want to see her as a full-time housewife? Do you want to see her as a friend of? Do you agree with me that she's a little overrated? She's a nice lady, but I don't think she's as great or as iconic as you guys make her out to be when it comes to reality TV. We're not talking about her other career. Let's have that conversation below. And as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching, and get your Kempire worldwide merch at houseofkempire.com.